Hey, what's going on, chess lovers? This is Maurice Bishop Chess. So y'all know my slogan: "Life is a game of chess." All right, guys. Obviously, guys, I am at work, actually multitasking right now, doing the taskers. Well, it's not really a tasker, but it's stuff that I need to complete. But as I'm doing that, I'm just going to talk to y'all. And I don't know why this camera always looks like that. Okay, that looks a little. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Things like that. But yeah, guys. So I know the title like seems kind of self-explanatory. The thing is, that title alone that y'all see is so broad. And I kind of did it that way because it's so much stuff to talk about with marriage and chess at the same time. You know, the one thing that I do want to talk about with the marriage, obviously, guys, y'all already know I'm married and everything. You know, things like that. You know, I've been married for 10 years. My wife always say 9 years, but you know, I always say it's 10 years though. But we've been married for a long time. We always had our ups and downs, and you know things like that. And you know, I know the first 3 years of our marriage was like rough. Like we was already thinking about divorcing and things like that. You know, a lot going on and stuff. But I know a lot of y'all be like, you know, I do a lot of my videos like with chess, and you know, I do that. You know, a lot of y'all know I got a wife, so it's like I gotta, you know, spend time with the wife. I mean, which as a man, you know, as a man and as a husband, you know, you need to spend, you know, more time with your wife, and you know, you need to, whatever it is that you're doing, you need to balance it out. Now, I don't know for all y'all that's watching if y'all like, oh, hold on, I forgot to hit this thing on. Hey, what up, high tech? Yeah, guys. So, like I said, I don't know if all of y'all are single. I don't know if all of y'all are married. But I would like to say this first before I get to the married folks first. For all y'all that is single, I want to let y'all know that if you ever think about getting married, you know, you want to really make sure that that woman is, how can I say this? A lot of people like to use the word compatible, you know, have that same compatibility. Yeah, true, but at the same time, whoever you're going to marry, and this is for not just for men, this is for women too. Whoever it is that you're married, you want to make sure that y'all both are on the same page. I want to make sure that y'all have the same vision and everything. And cause the thing is, guys, a lot of people think that when you get married, you know, especially like for a woman, you know, they get the ring, you know, they get the memory of the wedding, like you know, when they have their big wedding, they're having fun, things like that, and then you know they go on their honeymoon or whatever, and it's like the best thing ever. It's like one of those best memories. Everybody's taking pictures of you. You know, you get your wedding gifts. You know, everybody is celebrating with you, which is pretty much supposed to be both of y'all, you know, best event or the best memory that you will always cherish, right? But the thing is, you know, it's not just a fairy tale, you know. A lot of people say marriage is a nightmare, but the thing is, it's only a nightmare when you're just. Well, I see a lot of people do. They marry because they get somebody pregnant. They feel as though, you know, you get somebody pregnant. And they feel as though that they need to marry the person. You know, simple as that. Or some people may marry because of sex. For some reason, they would get the idea that you know because the sex is so good, like you know, oh man, I just need to marry this person, you know, and in a reality, it wasn't really love that led you to get married. It was lust, You kind of confuse the term lust with love and everything, and that just never, completes, the marriage. It has to be pure love. You know, some people get married because honestly, some people fantasize about just being, or like females, like they'll fantasize about being married. Being with the man that they can't live without. And I mean, honestly, that's all women. They want that man that they can't live without. The one that will always, cheer them on. The one that will always treat her like a queen. Things like that. A lot of times, you get a lot of people that, um, and I, I can't say it's just females, but sometimes males they'll have this fantasy of, oh, when I get married, I'm gonna have the best wife. She gonna do this, she gonna do that. They fantasize in their mind of what marriage is supposed to be like. It's supposed to be like perfect, and it's so wrong. You know, the realities of marriages. It takes a lot of work. There's a lot of things that you can't do when you're married, like stay up late at night going to parties or staying out all night with your boys or whatever, and then just coming home the next day. Like, that's something that you just can't do in a marriage. If anything, it's kind of disrespectful to the wife, and vice versa. There's just certain things you just can't do anymore. You can't really hang with the certain people. You just can't hang around with. You know what I mean? Because some people have influence. Like, how can I say this? Like for instance, my wife, she don't, like, she has friends and everything, but like she don't try to hang around with a whole bunch of single women or whatever or things like that. Not saying that that's wrong. Like, you shouldn't, if you're married, you shouldn't hang around, single women. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when they do certain events where they're going to clubs, or where they're going to strip clubs, or they're going to uh, I don't know, like certain events where it's like supposedly like just single women, it's like certain things she just not gonna do. Because in her mind she feels as though that's disrespectful. It's the same thing for me. I can't just go around. I mean, granted, a lot of my homeboys that I have, they're married anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Like, doesn't really matter because and they're loyal. Like, they're not into that. I have friends that were like that were married, but they were just disloyal and things like that. So yeah, um, but I mean, I don't go out. I'm not a clubber. I am not a clubber. I can't really say I used to be a clubber. But I did go out a lot. I used to go out a whole bunch of times, guys. I used to go out a lot. My typical club is more like, it's not even called a club. It's called a lounge. So like, I went to a lot of poetry lounge. I went to a lot of bars that had like certain karaoke or some type of talent show type of thing. I went to a lot of things like that. But now, guys, like, and another thing, like me being married, I'm just not gonna hang around with a single woman. A woman that's single and everything. I'm just not going to put myself in a position where I'm hanging out with a single woman. And a lot of y'all could justify and just say, I'm not attracted to her. I don't really care about her, and that could be true. And honestly, that could be true. But perception is everything, guys. Perception is definitely everything. You never know what other people may think. Even though, like, for instance, I'm gonna put it like this: you may be in a position where you're hanging out with a woman that's single and everything, and like I said, y'all could be like really good friends and everything, right? But then you may have maybe one of your spouse friends may be there, and they see y'all two together, and it kind of looks bad because it's just y'all two by yourself. And now it just makes it look like you're cheating on your spouse, even though you probably went out. I mean, technically, guys, you shouldn't be doing that anyway. You shouldn't be, because that's just pretty much playing with fire, regardless of what you think that you're not attracted to and things like that. But Yo, that's just totally wrong, guys. Like totally wrong. So, but the point that I'm making is, marriage is a big deal, guys. People take marriage lightly, which is why in this today's generation, the divorce rate is so high, guys. The divorce rate is so high, and and like I said, guys, I believe in my Bible. In God's word, where in the scripture where it says God hates divorce. And I used to be like, man, God hates divorce. Like, I used to think in my mind like things just don't work out. It's just natural. Things just doesn't work out. But the thing is, guys, well, a lot of y'all don't know, when you divorce and everything, like friends, I'm gonna tell you this, guys. So if a spouse or whoever, like, if a spouse cheats on you or whatever, you have the right to divorce. But there are many other times where people may actually, forgive the person, whether a woman cheated on a husband or the wife cheated on. I'm sorry, whether the wife cheated on the husband, whether the husband cheated on the wife. There's instance where even though he cheated, the spouse may still stay with him, and then they'll work it out. Things like that. There's actually a couple videos on YouTube where the husband cheated on a wife, and they stayed together, and then their marriage just got stronger like crazy though. He pretty much she forgave him and everything, things like that, and they pretty much, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like pretty, obviously, guys. They told the story, it wasn't pretty. She was like, wasn't talking to him, like she was already trying to divorce and all, but hold on. Hey, what's up?
How are you?
Doing alright. Yeah, guys. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, guys, so it's people that, yeah, man, like, I don't know, like, people, like, they worked it out and everything. But the point that I'm trying to get y'all to understand is marriage is, like, it's not just a thing that you just do. What y'all need to understand, when you get married, you actually make a vow. You make a vow not only to your spouse, you make a vow to God. And then you have witnesses, guys, too. A lot of people don't think about that. You have witnesses. So people see and stuff. Like I told y'all before, certain things in marriage you just cannot do at all. You just really can't. There's going to be times where you have to compromise. There's going to be different times where, yeah, like you really are going to have to compromise. Even with finances, a lot of people don't like that. I might have hit a nerve on somebody, but when it comes to finances, there's certain things you're just not going to do. You just can't hide money from your spouse. You just can't talk to your spouse any old type of way. You just can't. You got to check in, guys. You got to, whatever it is that you're going, like, you just can't, like, walk out the house and then not let your spouse know where you're going. It's a respect thing, guys, and it's a love thing. It's just certain things, guys, you just can't do when you're in a marriage. I know personally, for me, in my experience, guys, because believe it or not, guys, I was actually like into fitness a lot. I still like fitness, but at one point in my time, or one point in my life, I was trying to be a bodybuilder. And what I used to do is I used to, take pictures of my body. I had a really nice body and things like that. What made my wife uncomfortable is the fact that it was like a whole bunch of females, commenting, things like that. And, she was uncomfortable with that. And, she didn't like the fact that she's married to me, and I'm out here over here showing my body on social media and things like that, and I ain't gonna lie, I'll be like, man, I ain't worrying about them, and I ain't doing that. But at least with me, because I liked the compliments at the time, I felt as though I was like, kind of foolish, not kind of, but foolish. And the thing is, I didn't really understand, what I needed to do as a husband in a marriage and things like that. So it was just certain things I just didn't get. But obviously, guys, I don't do that no more now. But yeah, but guys, it is definitely very very important. Marriage is not just uh how can I say it, a fantasy. You know, people used to say you gotta put 50-50, but now a lot of people say you gotta put in 100-100. And the reason why 100-100 because if one person give it 100% and the other person give it 100%, it should be no issues with that. You know, I know a lot of times, you have. I'm gonna tell you this though. This is where a lot of people, especially for the guys, they always. I see a lot of people coming in on this thing, man. I'm telling you, man, it gets crazy though. I know a lot of people, in a marriage, they be like, they feel as though they shouldn't be with their wife because their wife ain't giving them nothing. Yeah, I said it. Their wife ain't giving them nothing or whatever. And the thing is, and I know most men used to think that like, hey, when I get in marriage, or whatever, I got a beautiful wife, I got a beautiful spouse, and I'm over here like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna get it anytime I want or whatever. But in a way, they kind of, they kind of make it a self thing, and you're pretty much doing it just to please yourself, and you shouldn't. It's not supposed to be like that. You're in a marriage together. When you get married, you form into one flesh and everything, one mind, one body, one spirit. And that's what a lot of dudes think or whatever, and they think, and like I said, I do. I don't agree that. How can I say this without saying the wrong thing though? Um, well, it's not really the wrong thing though. So, like for instance, I do agree that a woman shouldn't actually withhold something as a punishment or whatever, which is I don't think that's really good. There's a few books about that. They talk about that, and they talk about the disasters of certain things like that. But a lot of people don't. I guess a lot of guys don't understand. Like women want that romance. They want they want to feel love. A lot of times, it's not just sex. They want the communication. They want to talk. They want to communicate. They want to talk about the memories. They want to talk about maybe childhood life. They want to feel held. They want to. Like just hold them. They just want to feel connected with you on a spiritual level and not just physical. A lot of times, guys, we feel with our manhood where a woman may feel like with emotions or whatever, and a lot of times, a lot of guys they be like, man, like I ain't getting that, and then it all. I don't think that men try to think in those terms, like think about themselves, but technically it comes off as a selfish thing because you're kind of just thinking on you instead of on her, because technically as a man you are the man of the household, you are the leader, you are the man of the house. You're supposed to love, protect, cherish your wife. I know you heard the old saying, happy wife, happy life. That technically is very, very true. Very, very true. A lot of y'all may be like, man, what about our feelings and everything? But the thing is, what y'all understand is, if you keep your wife happy, you know, then she will make your life very easy. If you just do what you need to do. If she wants time with you, spend time with her. It shouldn't. You should want to actually spend time with her. She shouldn't be in a relationship by herself. I mean, how would you feel if she just ignored you? You know what I mean? It's not fair. You know, so I mean that's just the way I look at it, guys. Hey, what up, Jamaica? But yeah, guys, marriage, like I said, marriage is serious, guys, because a lot of people, I see it too often that people, uh, they divorce easy, like they don't even gotta think. Oh, I keep saying I forgot Maze, my bad. I keep saying Jamaica because it shows on there, but I forgot. But yeah, guys, people always like they divorce like crazy, guys, and it's like so easy for them to do it, and they don't even like think. Especially a lot of them that may have kids and everything, and they don't realize that it affects the kids too. A lot of people don't think about that. You know, and I don't care how many times like people will try to act like after the divorce it doesn't affect them. It does, regardless of how you want to say it. It does affect you as a person, and it affects the other person. You can sign a divorce paper, blast it out on social media. You can celebrate with your homegirls or with your homeboys and be like, "Oh, I'm single now." You know, would the females be like all the single ladies, all the same? But yeah, like you can do all the celebrating you want, but in the back of the mind, you gonna be like, man, yo. Now it's different. Like again, if you're being abused by that husband, you divorce. That's a very different. If you divorce because your spouse committed adultery, a different thing. But if you're divorcing because you feel as though the love is not there, to me that's an excuse. If you feel as though it's a money issue, that's an excuse. If you feel as though she's just not a freak no more, that's an excuse, guys. All those things that I just mentioned right there, you can literally work it out. There's a difference between if somebody's getting beat on, that's a totally different story. That's a totally different section. Even one that commit adultery because they have the right to divorce you and things like that. But if you're just divorcing because I feel like the love ain't there, or he just irritates me, or I just don't love him anymore, and things like that. Nah, it's not that you don't love him anymore. You just fell out of love, and you didn't decide to try to work it out. A lot of people be like, I tried to work it out. We tried to do counseling, it just didn't work, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna tell you how powerful love is, and y'all could take it or leave it. There was a woman who had a husband who he treated her very, very bad, very, very bad, and I don't know if y'all know this story or not, but I'm gonna tell y'all anyway. But she was married to this husband who he drank. He didn't beat on her or nothing like that, but he treated her bad, and he didn't acknowledge her, didn't love her. He kind of paid attention to his own thing, right? And she was actually a praying woman, a very praying woman. She read her Bible, and she went to church, and she went to I think this thing on Wednesday is like a I think like Bible study or something. For some reason, he got, I guess, sick of her praying and reading the Bible. He told her, stop reading the Bible, stop praying. She continued to do it anyway, right? Obviously, he always argued with her, things like that. Like he always did that. But this one incident, what happened? She went to go to on Wednesday. She went to go to the Bible study, and at the time it was raining. Her husband told her, "If you go to this Bible study, I'm not letting you back in the house." So this woman, the wife, actually still went to the Bible study anyway, right? Now, Bible study is probably like an hour or two or whatever, things like that. After the Bible study was over, she comes back to the house just to find out that the door is locked. Remind you, it's pouring down raining, right? So he didn't answer the door or nothing. He just went to bed and went to sleep and left his wife outside while it's pouring down raining. So the next morning he gets up, he walks in, to the kitchen. I guess it's like they have a front house or whatever. He opens the door, I guess, because every morning they get mail and stuff. he found out that she was actually laying on front of the porch in the rain, guys, and because she was locked out. And I guess at the time they didn't have a car at the time, so I think she like took a bus or whatever. So it wasn't like she could just stay in a car or whatever. But yeah, she literally slept outside in the rain, and then when he opened the door, she got up and she does the craziest thing ever, guys. She told her husband, "Hey, what would you like to eat for breakfast?" And I think that pretty much broke him, like really broke him. Like he just left his wife outside in the rain all night while him sleeping in a comfortable bed. And you go out, you get up, you go outside, you open the door, she gets up and tells her husband, "What would you like for breakfast?" with a smile on her face. Yes, guys. Now I know if there's any women watching, y'all probably like, "Oh, she crazy as hell. I would have been beating them down and all that other stuff." But the thing is, guys, this is why love changes everything, though. So the crazy part about that, ever since that incident, remind you guys, there's a lot of things that she did out of love, and of course, obviously, it probably took him a while, right? To really realize it. But on that night, that really like broke him. Like, dang, like she really like showing me love. So the person that I'm actually talking about, who y'all probably know now if I say his name is Evangelist Smith Wigglesworth. If y'all don't know about him, y'all need to look him up. He is a powerful, powerful minister, and he is the one that loved his wife dearly, like love his wife like unconditionally, guys. Like, but you would never know if the wife actually told the testimony because he wasn't always like that. But yeah, guys, a powerful minister. I mean, if you ever read about him, man, God's hand was on him, man. But that goes to show that his wife is the one that really led him to Christ. Led him, to be saved and everything. And then he wound up becoming a very powerful minister. Saving lives and everything. Crazy, guys. But yeah, guys. But I wanted to share that with y'all because a lot of people think that, oh man, I just gotta maybe beat on my spouse or something to get her to understand, or I don't know what a lot of y'all think though, because I know a lot of times, everybody always arguing, in a marriage, everybody get irritated with something. Sometimes you gotta take a deep breath and you gotta pick your battles though. I know no man loves a nagging woman. And the crazy part about that, guy, there's something in the Bible where somebody said in Proverbs, I'd rather sleep on top of my roof than be in the same house with a scornful woman. And that's like the realest thing I ever read in my whole entire life, guys. I'd rather sleep on top of my roof than to be in a house with a scornful woman. And that's like crazy as heck, guys. Like, so yeah, no man wants a nagging woman, you know. But the thing is, a lot of, I mean, there's so many things. I mean, there's a lot of things that men can do, and there's a lot of things that women could do to make the relationship better. But like making excuses because I don't feel love anymore, or I don't, or he irritates me a lot. That's why I'm divorcing. It's not really an excuse to divorce. It's really not. At the end of the day, anybody can work it out if you really, really like put in the effort. Like obviously, if both parties put in the effort, you know. And sometimes it could be that one party that put 100% and just constantly showing love, and then eventually that love starts to rub on that spouse. Just like the story that I just told y'all. And honestly, it's not just that story, guys. There's like a whole bunch of stories, you know. There's a whole bunch of stories like that, guys. And people marriage becomes like stronger than ever. So definitely wanted to point that out, guys. So I don't know if a lot of y'all are married. I don't know if a lot of y'all are single. But again, if you are single, make sure you know who you're dealing with. Make sure you see their family. Make sure you know exactly who you're dealing with, but also make sure that that person or y'all have a mutual agreement with the vision that y'all have. You know, I'm very like big on that. Like, if that person has the same vision you have, like it could work, man. You know, but again, the real test comes in a marriage when things hit the fan, when there's issues, when there's obstacles in a marriage, that's when a real test comes. How strong is your marriage then? How much love do you have for your person now when the test comes, when the obstacle comes? That's when it really matters. I think somebody used to always say it's not about how you get married, but if you could stay married. If you could stay married, that's awesome. Because getting married is the easy part. Staying married is usually the hard part, guys. So I want y'all to get that through your head, guys. Getting married is easy. I mean, that's always easy. But staying married is always the hard part. But the thing is, you gotta work at it. You gotta put in the work. You gotta fight for it. You gotta fight for it like your life depends on it. If you don't do that, you know what I mean, then you just fell, and you really wouldn't have any excuse. I mean, if you were fighting for it and you doing everything you got to do, and a person divorced, then that's on them. But at least you was actually fighting for it. All right. So yeah, guys. So y'all know me. I like to use this whole marriage and how it kind of relates to chess. I kind of look at it as, guys, in marriage. The queen is your spouse. And she's very powerful, very, very powerful. Women in general are very, very powerful. Just like the queen, they can move anywhere they want to go. In which there was a joke. People say the queen could move anywhere they want to go because women don't listen. That's the reason why they're powerful, because they don't listen to nobody. They do what they want to do. So that's like an inside joke. But no, guys, queens are powerful. They move anywhere on a board, and obviously they has the highest points. And as the king, as what the king does, he just watches and everything. He watches, make sure everything is going smoothly. He has his pawns. He makes sure everything is good. And I like to think of it as a king where, we're visionaries. We thinking, and the queen is a support, So, but yeah, guys, Donald, you said how about those dark squares in the black L shot? Yeah, dude. What about the dark squares in the L shot? What do you want to know? And I thank y'all for coming and watching, this live and everything. But I just wanted to touch on a few things and stuff. But yeah, guys, definitely take everything I'm saying to the heart, guys, because yeah. So I don't, like I said, if one of y'all are engaged or whatever, again, rethink, make sure you're doing what you're doing, because I like to think once you get married, like you're in it for life. So you want to make sure you choose that wisely, because I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna definitely take work. And I'm gonna tell you, and for a lot of y'all young folks out there, a lot of y'all think, oh, uh, I'm gonna get like the baddest. I'm gonna have the baddest wife ever. I'm gonna get I don't know. What are y'all people like? Halle Berry, or is that too old? What's the young one? I may be like, I'm gonna get a Bernice Burgos or something, or I'm gonna get a Megan Stallion. I don't know if y'all like Megan Stallion. I'm not a fan of her anyway, but I don't know who y'all like anymore. But the point I'm making is y'all may be like, I'm gonna get the baddest wife or whatever, and then once I get married, like everything is just gonna be like great, man. It's gonna be like peaches and cream and stuff. But nah, guys, for a lot of y'all dudes out there, y'all may be like, oh man, that woman bad, or y'all could be like, man, why that dude divorced that woman or whatever? Like, why he do that? Like, why he divorced that woman and stuff? Like, I would have never divorced that woman, you know. And again, that goes to show, and guys, it's not even just, it's like so many dudes that have fine behind wives or whatever, and they still divorce, and that goes to show that beauty and looks ain't everything, guys. Beauty and looks is not everything. You really have to be compatible. It's not even just being compatible. Like, you gotta work. You really have to work at it. That's why I always say marriage takes work. A lot of times people don't know how to work it. They don't know how to work their marriage. They just try to think with their own self. Everybody don't want to feel like they the problem, or a lot of people don't even want to admit the mistakes and everything, because this person is wrong, or I wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for her. If I wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for him. There's always a blame game. He or she says, he's irritating, she's irritating. There's always a problem. So just know exactly who y'all dealing with. Talk it over, things like that, and definitely do that, man. Thank you. I hope I'm saying your name right, Yusuf. Thanks for your support. Donald, you said I need help with concepts behind L shots so can see what you see when you're crushing your opponents. Yeah. We'll definitely. Yeah. So for the L shot though, like I said, probably a little bit difficult for me to explain to y'all without me showing y'all on a chessboard. Oh, Yusuf or Yusuf. Hope I'm saying it right. Yusuf. Yeah, but Donald, with the L shot, attacking the dark squares, there's so many unlimited things that your opponent can do. Um, I'll have to show it on the chessboard. Matter of fact, Donald, hopefully, probably this weekend. And I don't know if Ray is on the line, but I wanted to talk to him. I'll email him. But Donald, if you want this weekend, man, I would love to show you on the chessboard. Once we do a Zoom call this weekend, so definitely remind me. I'll probably remind you if you forget. I'll just text you, but I'll definitely show you all the L shot concepts for the dark squares. And oh, cool, man. But yeah, for all y'all that's watching, if all of y'all are not enrolled in my Maurice Bishop Chess University, definitely enroll in that, guys. Because I'm getting a lot of people. It seems like I'm getting people enrolled every week now, which is like crazy. So it is gonna get bigger. It's definitely growing, guys. So again, there's gonna be times, guys, I'm gonna get so many people that I'm gonna have to probably raise the price, only due to the fact that it's just a lot going on, and I have to. Again, guys, I have a life too. I have a responsibility that I have to make and everything, and there's gonna be times where I'm gonna have to raise the price, but obviously not right now. But that's why I'm saying, like, if y'all really serious and y'all really trying to grow y'all game, make sure y'all enroll in the university, guys. Definitely make sure of that, because I'm telling you guys, especially now, because you can really, especially for people that's like, or for all y'all that's actually trying to play in tournaments and things like that, you could take the stuff that I have and then start, you can actually start growing and start defeating a lot of people. When they wrote as how they found your channel so you can see what's worth done. Hold on, you say when they enroll as how they found. Oh yeah, I should be doing that for real, yeah. That's actually a good point, Donald, man. I like how you think though. Um, Actually, the crazy part, I actually been asking that. I just haven't been asking as much though. But I'm gonna definitely every single Person that come in, I'm gonna ask how they found it. But I know the crazy part, the site that I have that I'm on, it actually tells me exactly how they found it. So a lot of people find it through Google, and a lot of people been finding it through my YouTube. Those are the only two where people find my university at: YouTube and Google. I didn't even think people even Google me or whatever just to find it, or there's certain keyword I must have put in and people search it and they see it. That's pretty dope though. But yeah, but I should also do that as well. But the site actually does tell me exactly how they find it. But yeah, guys, it's definitely growing, man. Like I said, when I start getting even more people, man, I'm gonna be doing teleconference. I'm gonna have to do a lot of those because it's definitely growing. I know a lot of y'all been telling me don't get so overwhelmed and things like that. You know, I'm trying not to. You know, with me doing the military and me, you know, doing a university and a YouTube, and then still having to, you know, cater to my wife and everything and my family. So it definitely is challenging, but you know, I make it do what it do. You know, so um, but yeah, so and like I said, guys, if y'all have any questions or whatever, y'all already know that if y'all comment or whatever, I'm always going to answer. If y'all email me, I'm going to answer pretty quickly. You know, Maurice Bishop Chess University at gmail.com. Y'all can contact me on there. Um, so I'm not hard to find, guys, at all. So yeah, once y'all hit me up, man, I got y'all, man. Like whatever y'all need to know. All right. Um, all right, guys. I'm gonna have to go and try to finish up a lot of my work, but I definitely wanted to talk to y'all guys. You know, talk about a little something, something, and everything. You know, try to keep the thing going. Hold on, guys. Yusuf, you said you know the amount of. Wait a minute. You know the amount of subscribers you have and the amount of people in this live stream is amazing because when you say like the way you think, it makes them so happy. Keep up the great work, man. Man, I really appreciate that, Yusuf, man. I definitely do, man. I really appreciate it, for real, man. And yes, never give up. I ain't gonna give up, guys. I'm definitely not gonna do that. You know, I'm a soldier. That's what we're trained not to give up. But even before me being a soldier, I was never the type to give up anyway, guys. Like I'm always pushing and striving to be somebody better. But at the same time, guys, striving to help y'all, inspire y'all to become something better as well. Not just on a chessboard, but just as individuals in general, guys. Simple as that. You know. And y'all already know, man, how I say my slogan, life is a game of chess, because every day is a game of chess. Every day we analyzing, every day we got to think, every day we got a decision. You know, we got easy choices, hard choices. At the end of the day, whatever hard decisions we have, there's always a solution to every problem. Simple as that, guys. You know, there's never a puzzle where there's a missing piece. There's always some type of solution. Nothing is impossible. You know, and that's what I live by, guys. So again, guys, thank y'all for watching. Again, I'm about to get back to work, and again, if y'all haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe, guys. Definitely subscribe to my channel, and if you haven't enrolled in the Maurice Bishop Chess University, make sure y'all get in before it gets very, very packed, because it seems like people are joining every week. So, but you're definitely gonna learn something. All right. Hey, thanks you sub for this. Subscribe too. Really appreciate it. Alright, guys, man. Hopefully I will talk to y'all maybe somewhere after work. I know I'm supposed to be going on a date with my wife after work. So if I don't see y'all tonight, then I will see y'all probably Saturday. And I'll do another live video. And this time I'll probably do it with the actual chessboard and everything, so we can go over some stuff. Alright? Till then, guys, have a happy Friday, and definitely have a blessed day. Alright, guys. Peace.